Okay, let's learn to play some notes on the recorder. The first note that we usually teach the children is B, and it's not necessarily the easiest or hardest note to play on the instrument, but it is a higher pitch, which makes it a little bit easier. So, to play a B, and let me explain the fingering chart here. This is a representation of all the holes on the recorder. The one out to the side here is the back hole, your thumb hole with your left hand. And then your left hand, top finger, next finger, next finger. This obviously indicates the break in hands. And then we have our right hand down here. So if the circle is filled in, that means that hole has to be closed or completely covered to play that note. So for the B on the recorder, your thumb is going to be down on the back, and your index finger is going to be down on the front. And just let me remind you, I'm holding this with my left hand, not my right hand, okay? If you switch hands and do it this way, you can't cover the bottom holes down here because your pinky can't reach clear over there. So you got to make sure it's the left hand on top and the right hand on the bottom, okay? All right, so let's try this B. Thumb and index finger with the left hand. And really my right hand doesn't have to do anything. I'll use it back here to kind of stabilize the instrument, but once I put it in my mouth, my right hand doesn't do much, okay? Now, our two words, hopefully you remember these, are barely blow. So here's our B on the recorder. Should sound like that. If you blow too hard, it sounds like this. We don't want that, obviously. If you blow too soft, then we kind of don't get a tone. So it is possible to not blow hard enough on the recorder, but most students always blow too hard instead of too soft. So again, the two words are barely blow. Let's just practice that. Let's play 4 of them in a row. Good. Now when I play the recorder, most of the time when I start a note, I'm going to use what we call an articulation or a tongue attack. And to do that, what I do is I'm going to hit my tongue barely on the tip of the recorder as I start blowing. So it's going to be kind of a sound, except instead of hitting my teeth, I'm going to hit the recorder. And that gives it a lot more definition at the beginning of the note and lets you know that I'm playing a note. So let's try that together. Let's tongue 4 or articulate 4 notes, hitting your tongue on the tip of the recorder. And that just kind of breaks up the air. All right, next we have A. You'll notice that all we're doing is putting down our next finger. To get the A, we're making our instrument longer by covering another hole because A is lower than B. So oftentimes what I'll do with this is we'll start on B and then put the finger down so you can hear the change, and you should be able to tell that the hole is covered when you hear the tone sound good on the A. So here's B to A. So there's A. Let's play that a few times. Go ahead and tongue it 4 times. Or 5. I can't count. Okay, so there's A, our next note down. And the last one we're going to learn in this video is G. This is all the fingers of the left hand down, covering holes except the pinky, which doesn't get a hole. So let's start again on B, and I'm going to go B, A, G. So there's the sound of the G. Let me play that again. You match it. Again, I've made my instrument longer so the pitch is lower. Now the challenge with the recorder is as we go lower and lower, it's harder to make a good sound. And also we have to blow even less air. So as I get down to the bottom, that's where I'm really barely blowing to get a sound out, is clear down when all the holes are covered. Okay? So let's just play these 3 notes a couple of times. Let's do some B's. Let's do 4 B's. Ready, go. 4 A's, ready, go. And 4 G's, go. Good. Now we're going to play B, A, G, A, B. We'll go back and forth. Okay, ready, go. All right. And with those 3 notes, you're on your way to being able to play some of the songs in recorder karate. So you can start that. Now, I'm not going to introduce all of the notes. I will do one more video with a few more notes to show you those. But these are the ones that I want you to really work on and get that down so you're covering the holes. And then as we start adding fingers and doing other fingerings, it gets trickier and trickier. So practice these 3 notes a lot and get used to going back and forth between those notes.